What's happening, everybody? Steve here, and today we're going to do a VR look, so a full 360 experience, taking a peek at the interior of the 2022 Ford Bronco. And this specific one is the Wildtrak, and it's the Luxe package. So it's like the cream of the crop that you can get for the Luxe. It's pretty much got almost every feature that you can think of kind of packed inside of this thing. But if you're not familiar with 360 video, very straightforward. If you're using your cell phone, you can swipe around if you want to, look up and down. If you're using the YouTube app, you can rotate your phone if you'd like to. It's a little dizzying to do it that way. If you're on your desktop at home, you can also just take your mouse in order to click and drag around. But let's have a little bit of fun. And one other thing to point out, make sure that you change it to the highest quality audio or video that's possible, so 5.7K, in order to get the best possible experience out of this thing. But let's have a quick peek. First impressions of the interior of this thing, absolutely love it. It looks incredible. We've got a few different options for the seat, and even looking across the entire Bronco lineup, cloth seat versus leather seat, just depending on the version of the vehicle you're in and the packages that you've got. But this specific one is the Luxe package, like I mentioned, so we do have power seats for the driver passenger side, and it is super comfortable. The seat, you can go forwards, backwards with it, up and down, using the toggles along the left side of the seat. But with the seat all the way down as far as it'll go, like this is ridiculous. Like I've got, what's that, almost 6 inches, over 6 inches of headspace here. Now this specific one up overhead is the sound deadening one. So it's sound deadening headliner because it's the hard liner. So we've got the option for either this hard one, which is a little bit challenging to get right now, or you've got the soft top. Now there are some people that have done some aftermarket roofs as well, so carbon fiber, whatever the case may be, fiberglass, but the downside is the cost of it. It is a little bit pricey. So if you want a hard top, get it from the time of ordering at the factory. But the downside of that, though, is that they're going to take a little bit to get here. Like you're probably 6 months out before you look at a hard top. Some of them are even getting pushed to the 2023 models instead. So just knowing going in, if you want the hard top in your Bronco, you might have to wait a teeny little bit in order to get it. But this is just going to be a basic look at the steering wheel, the cluster screen, the media screen, etc. If you're looking for some more in-depth looks at all of this stuff and how the technology works, check down below because I've already put together some comprehensive videos on how all of this stuff works. But let's look at some of the basics. We've got some grab handles, so left side versus right side there. So if things get a little bit crazy, you got some places to hold on to. And we do also have, so along the center stack, our little grab handle there. But we do have some nice highlights along the door, which kind of wraps across the entire dash, and even the lower part of the dash underneath the media screen. So it does look fairly nice, and plastic look, but it kind of looks fairly nice. It's got this like weave type of texture to it, which is kind of an interesting thing. Now the steering wheel itself is amazing. It's going to be a manual adjust, and it's telescoping. So just by our left knee, we've got a little lever there. We can adjust as necessary. Click that bad boy in order to lock it up into place. We do have front and rear windshield wipers on this thing. We can control that just using the stick along the left-hand side there. No stick on the right-hand side inside of the Bronco whatsoever. And then we do also have a series of other options. So this specific one has one of the added packages, which gives us the adaptive cruise control. So that Luxe package gives us the adaptive cruise system. So it's your set it and forget it cruise control. I love the adaptive cruise system. If you've never driven with it before, if your car has it, use it. It's such an amazing system. Set it and forget it cruise. It's definitely useful if you're a little bit of a lead foot, because let's say you set it to $120 on the highway. If the car in front of you slows down, yours will automatically brake. If they pick up speed, get out of the way, it'll automatically pick you up to your set speed again. So it's like a little bit of a psychological play, which is kind of neat. But series of options that are available. Along the right-hand side, we've got a number of options also. So we can increase, decrease the volume using the steering wheel there, or we can adjust it directly through the screen there. So just underneath, we can adjust as necessary. On the right-hand side of that steering wheel, we can either answer or hang up on a phone call. We've got a voice command prompt, which is kind of neat because we can do things like change the station. 97.7. There we go. So it's changed the station out there. Let's do a quick audio test. Amazing song, amazing band, amazing sound at the same time, because this one, because of the package we're in, has the upgraded Bang & Olufsen sound system, which, as you heard, I wasn't even full blast, and that was just unbelievable. Now, there are a few things with the audio we'll get to in a second. I'm showing you part of the screen in order to get the best sound quality out of this thing. But overall is nice. We do have a nice middle screen there. So a cluster screen, which gives us things like pitch and roll, off-road status, and a number of things. So if you're taking your vehicle off-road, you've got quite a little bit of flexibility built directly into that middle screen, which is always a nice thing. Now, we can also change between songs, radio stations, and things like that using our voice directly on the steering wheel. Like I said, we've got a series of different options that we can go to and navigate through using that steering wheel as well. So tons of options. Now, as we kind of shift over, we are push button start inside of the Bronco. That's the same way across the entire Bronco lineup. And then along the top of the screen. So you might not be able to see it from your vantage point, but we do have a little power point there. So we've got two USB ports, so a USB and a USB-C, and there also is a little hook right in the middle there. So it's essentially an accessory adapter. Wow, that was oddly difficult to say, but it's an accessory adapter. So if you want to mount a GoPro and things like that for off-roading, you've got the flexibility to be able to do it. Now, this is the Wildtrak version of the Bronco, which means that it's got the Sasquatch package in it built in, and it's the Advance, which means that we've got our front and our rear locking differentials. We've also got our trail turn assist and a few other things. But if you want a breakdown of the Sasquatch package and why it's so amazing, check down below because I've done a comprehensive walkthrough on the Sasquatch package, but it's amazing from the beadlock wheels and all of the other stuff that you get. Like the trail turn assist, I think is amazing because what that'll do is as you're going left, right on a trail, it's going to lock up that inner rearmost wheel. So it'll kind of like spin you like, not kind of Tokyo drift style so that you're kind of, well, I guess maybe like kind of drifting like a little bit, but it essentially helps you corner around things a little bit easier. We do have our tracking control, which we can turn on or off, and we've got our four-way blinkers. So quite a little bit of flexibility there. And then even the same way with the screen, like there is so much stuff that you can do with this screen, like it's kind of mind-boggling. But we've got our Sync 4 system, and this is the 12-inch media screen. So that was something that Ford introduced in the 2021 F-150 first, and then they brought it into the Bronco as well. But this thing is amazing. This is the old system that you're going to find in the Bronco Sport. That Sync 3 system is wired Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. This thing is wireless. It has more advanced controls for audio and things like that as well. But a great amount of flexibility. This thing does still have support for Android Auto and Apple CarPlay that are done wirelessly. So, yeah, do we have factory navigation? Absolutely, but if you don't want to use factory navigation, you can use Google Maps, Apple Maps, Waze directly through this middle screen. It's an amazing system. We've got at least our AM, FM, Sirius XM. If you had a USB stick with MP3s, that would show up as an option. Bluetooth audio, things like that. So essentially, sky's the limit there. We've got our phone, with one exception, YouTube. You can't unfortunately play any sort of videos directly through the screen natively, so you don't have the option of launching the YouTube app on the screen the same way you would in a Tesla. Unfortunately, not there as of yet. I'm hoping a hack comes at some point soon. I think that would be kind of nice, but it's not available here as of yet, unfortunately. But we can add in a series of different phones. Like I said, factory navigation, which is great, and the factory nav is super responsive, which is even better. I love it. Easily reset views as necessary, and with the factory navigation, we can also go full screen with it if we want. Tons of different settings that are available. So we've got options for connectivity. We've got a voice assistant, as I mentioned. We've got some options for our radio, and then we've got some more advanced settings on top of that. So we've got some sound settings. So this, if you want to kind of flip yourself around, would kind of be the ideal setting. So we've got treble mid-range bass with our treble dropped down a little bit and our bass cranked a little bit. That's going to give us a really good sound inside of this thing. Like especially when you look at some of the packages that don't have the upgraded B&O sound system, that's where you're going in order to get the best sound out of this thing. Series of other options that are available there. We've got our sync navigation and a few other things. Features, we've got some great things like our adaptive cruise control. We've got pre-collision assist systems, blind spot systems, so a ton of options that are available. You can turn off a lot of these safety ones. Like if you don't like the idea of a pre-collision assist system where the vehicle brakes for you if it senses a potential collision, we can toggle that feature off, or we can toggle the whole system off if we want to. So quite a few options that are available there. We've got a built-in owner's manual, and then we've also got zone lighting on the outside, so we can light things up, light the vehicle up later on at night if you want to. So if you're relaxing on a trail, or if you kind of want to blast through and see exactly what's going on around you, you've got the flexibility to be able to do it. So kind of neat there. As we start to move down, I already said we've got our volume rocker, we've got our tuning rocker there, which, I mean, you could tune so many ways. So you can tune on the screen, you can tune down here, press the voice command prompt on the steering wheel in order to tune that way instead. This specific one does have the 360 camera, which is amazing. So we can see exactly what's going on around us. We can do a front partial view or a front 180-degree view, which is really useful if you're going off-road. So you can see exactly what's going on around you as you go. We can easily toggle that thing on off. We've got our auto start stop system. So that's the one that's potentially going to kill power to the engine if we're stopped for an extended period of time. We can change between song stations. We've got a series of different climate control settings, the option for a heated steering wheel, as well as heated front row seats, which is amazing. We will at least have single zone climate control. We do have the option for dual zone climate control depending on the package. And then moving down, we do have a few USB ports. So we've got 2 ports along the very top, and then 2 ports just right underneath the climate settings. So we've got a little storage area there. We do have the option for wireless charging depending on the package that we're in. And the wireless charge pad will just be right above the shifter there. So right where that little storage compartment is. As I mentioned, we do have a little grab handle in the middle, which is nice. A few cup holders there, and then we've got our shifter. Because of the packages that we've got, strictly a 10-speed automatic transmission. The Sasquatch package in general, though, you can get either automatic or standard in the 2022 Bronco, which is amazing. We do have our park reverse neutral drive into our manual mode, because just to the left-hand side of the shifter, we've got a plus-minus button, so we'd have the flexibility of adjusting what gear we're in as we go. Moving down a bit more, we've got a series of different GOAT modes, so our go over any terrain modes. Series of different ones. Sport mode is my absolute favorite, but if you're going off-road, you've got mud ruts, sand, and then a Baja mode. So a series of different modes that are available. They're going to play with the driving dynamics for the vehicle based off of what you're doing. So it's kind of neat, but as you go into different modes, it's going to change you up between 4 high, 4 auto as necessary. Certain ones will require you to be in the 4 low mode. So if you're doing that Baja mode, 4 low, big benefit there is that it's going to give you better traction. So the 4 low mode is used mostly if you're doing like heavier off-roading, if you're towing heavy vehicles, pulling things out of water, whatever the case may be, that's where you're going to make that happen. But if you want an explanation of these different GOAT modes, check down below for that walk around instead. But great features in this thing overall. We do also have our window adjusting buttons that are kind of built in a little bit differently. So just underneath our GOAT modes, they're there, and it's kind of like they're upside down, but they're also so straightforward at the same time. And it's auto window up and down inside of this version of the vehicle. And we also adjust our side view mirrors there because we can also fully remove these doors, which is amazing. So we've got that flexibility. We've got an armrest, which is lockable. We've got a tiny little removable tray inside of this thing. And then we've also got a 12-volt power point in the back there. So easily plug some things in all over the place inside of this thing, like power points galore, which is amazing. Now moving up overhead, we do have an auto-dimming rear view mirror. Again, I say it all the time, it's going to depend on the trim level of the vehicle that you're in. This thing also does have some cabin control lights, and we've got some auxiliary switches. So they're pre-wired in, which is definitely a nice thing. So if you need to wire some things in, so accessory lights, whatever the case may be, our aux switches are already going to be built in because of the packages that we've got inside of this vehicle. You could also do something aftermarket. You can get that installed aftermarket if you want to instead. You could always do an install yourself for those switches. We do have our home link system because of the model that we're in. So if you've got a garage door opener at home, you can program that bad boy in. We've got our vanity mirror that also has some lights in there, a business card holder along the top, and then this thing extends out. So realistically, like I'm 6 feet tall. So with me being 6 feet tall, I would probably have this thing kind of like this. That's pretty comfortable. So with me sitting the way I normally would, it's going to block out all the sun that's potentially hitting your eyes. Like there's a few extra inches of space, and people will say those few extra inches do matter, but I mean, it wasn't blocking my face, so here nor there. But overall, I am impressed. I do love the seat. Like the comfort of this thing is so nice. We do have our 2-way lumbar support. And one of the cool things with the headrest, we can go up and down with it, but listen. So nice. So we do have a 4-way adjustable headrest, which is amazing. So if you're a little bit shorter, you need a little bit more neck support, whatever the case may be, we do have the flexibility to adjust that out as necessary. But overall, this thing is nice. As I mentioned, this thing does have the hard top, which means that to take it off is pretty straightforward. We do have just a series of different levers there, so we're just going to kind of go left, right with it, whatever the case may be, in order to take these things out. Once that's out, we do have our main latch there. Oh, that's tight. It's tight. It's never been taken off before, obviously. But we do have a series of different latches that are available there, so we can take off this piece individually, the passenger piece individually, or the rear part of the roof individually. So we can kind of adjust this thing out as necessary and as we'd like to. Like I mentioned, the doors themselves, all 4 of these things are also fully removable. A little bit of a pain to get them off, but not impossible all at the same time. There are some other YouTubers that have done some awesome work showing how to take these things off, so I'll link to those ones down below. But overall, I am impressed with what Ford's done with this thing. I love the look, love the layout. The off-road functionality is definitely there. You've probably seen a ton of videos online showing off the possibilities and the potential of this truck so far. But that was a quick look at the interior of the 2022 Bronco, specifically the Wildtrak. What did you think? I think this thing looks kind of neat. There's so many different options that are available. it's nice, like especially if you're looking for something bigger than the Bronco Sport. You don't necessarily want to jump into the Jeep world. The Bronco is a good option if you're going to be an off-roader. It's funny, there was another YouTube channel where the guy was talking about the likelihood, well, most people are using the Bronco 4, not necessarily its intended use. It's funny, we see trucks all over the place right now as well. This thing is going to be just mostly an on-road vehicle for a lot of people, unfortunately, but it's got great off-road capabilities, especially with our front rear stability bar disconnect, the trail turn assist, and so many things. Like, there is so much possibility inside of this truck. So if you've got one, take advantage of it. Like, the Bronco is super capable. Ford's done a great job with it. But especially the Bronco with the Sasquatch package. This thing is like literally meant for off-roading. Like, that's why you're looking at the Wildtrak model, because you want to take it off-road. But if you guys have any questions though, drop down in the comment section below and let me know. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your social networks. And until I see you next time, take care.